So today, as we're talking about career triangle, okay, what is this career triangle? It's like it sounds very funny, right? Career triangle, but we wanted to be very attractive. That's why we kept this name career triangle because I think this is exactly the same discussion I was having with the audience last night. I was in one of the sessions where there were almost 250 people joined us, and I had the similar conversation with them that knowledge is one thing, project is one thing, but after that, like once your training is done, once your projects are done, the one question we always ask, what's next? And how many of you have this question already in the mind? If you complete your training, if you complete your projects, Naman, what is coming next? And that's when we realize that there are three important things. One is your resume. Okay. One is your resume, which is very important in the market today, right? After that, we have the LinkedIn profile, and then we have the interviews. Okay, the interview prep. Like, how are we basically going to prepare for that one interview which is coming up next? Are you getting my point? Now, if we are able to address these three things, then it becomes quite easy for us to secure that one job in the market. Are you truly job ready? Okay, that's one question I want to ask everyone. Do you think that you are job ready already? Let me know. Are you someone who is job ready already? No. Okay. Okay. And the question is, have you already started applying for jobs? Have you already starting applying for jobs? Let me know. Yes. Some people are saying yes, some are saying no, but that's completely fine. Okay, because today, few people are applying jobs, but few people are focusing completely on building skills, and that's completely fine. I consider this that when you are in a phase of gaining skills, so please gain skills, just keep your focus on gaining skill, like attending the classes, doing your own research, going through your videos, or practicing the way you want to practice, right? So those 2 months or 3 months of time when you're building your skill, that has to be focused. That has to be focused on building skills because that learning period will never come back again, right? You cannot be in the loop of learning. You cannot be just keep on learning new things. Are you getting my point? So it's very important that you focus on building skills, and then when the time comes, when you have done you have done already everything, when the time comes, then you start working on career triangle. And that's what is that? Can somebody tell me what is the career triangle here? That's your resume, your LinkedIn, and your preparation for the interview. Sounds good, everyone? Are we clear till here? Is everyone clear what exactly I'm trying to explain you? That our focus has to be divided. If it is the time to build skills, build skills. And when you get into the market and applying jobs, no, if you don't have much of your time, then just apply jobs. Okay, just keep your resume perfect, keep your LinkedIn perfect, and apply jobs. Okay, sounds good, everyone? Are we good till here? Wonderful. Now, moving on. Okay. So basically, there are three things what you all have to remember. One is remember this word of strong. Okay. Strong resume, strong LinkedIn, and strong interviews. Okay. This is like something which I want to basically put forward in front of everyone. See, I'm quite lucky because I mean, if I talk about you and me, there's one difference between you and me. uh, I get an opportunity to interact with people who have succeeded and people who are in the process of getting succeeded, right? But you, as a student, you don't get that opportunity because you are not able to talk to so many people. But what I can do, I can try to bridge that gap, that whatever is my learning from everyone, I can pass on to you guys so that you guys actually walk in the same direction, which has helped other people to find the job. Sounds good? Does that make sense? Right? Can I bridge the gap between those people who have succeeded and people who are in the process of getting succeeded? Right? So over here, what we found out is resume is one thing which team Think Loudly will take care. So whatever resume we prepare based on the lot of research, lot of things what we do at our end. So that's something which we take care of. Then LinkedIn is something I can prepare your LinkedIn only once. Like I can optimize your LinkedIn only once. But do you think that LinkedIn is just about once you update it and that's all? Do you think that LinkedIn has to be taken care only once? How many of you think? I mean, resume is something which I believe that can be taken care once. But do you think that LinkedIn is only about one thing, one time thing? No, right? So that is what we will discuss today. Okay. And and the strong interviews, which I want to basically talk about a little more today, how basically we prepare for the interviews. This is what I'm going to show and talk about, today with everyone. Sounds good? Okay. Now, now let me ask you one question. So let's say today, if we start with resume, the question, if this is a question to everyone. There are more than 250 people right now connected on this Zoom. One question I want to ask you: which type of resume is being preferred in the market today? A very fancy resume or a plain resume? Let me know. Let me see. Like a fancy resume where you basically have your big photograph, okay, or some colorful headings, you know, or a lot of bullet points, like unnecessary bullet points, Is this what exactly you need to keep your resume? Okay, okay. Let me know. Let me see how many of you can answer this correctly. Okay. Uh, okay. And on the other side, we have the plain resume, simple format, black and white, where white is the background, black is the font color. Okay. And proper sections. Okay. I think you guys already know this because you guys have been responding. This is my this is my request to every one of you that if the resume is fancy, recruiters, they know very well, it does not mean that you are skillful. Okay. That's like for recruiter, fancy resume doesn't mean you are skillful. That's very so fancy resume, fancy resume uh does not mean is not guarantee a job, or it's not something which impresses the recruiter. Okay. That's my own experience. Okay, let me be very clear about this. Okay. So fancy resume is not fancy to find a job. Okay. Plain resume is. Now the question is, you know what? Okay, let me tell you one more thing. Very interesting thing. Even plain resume is also not recruiter they care about a lot. Like it's not for recruiter. I mean, whether your resume is fancy or your resume is plain, it doesn't reflect your skill. As simple as that. The question is, what should I do now? Like my resume is fancy. Now you're saying fancy is not working, plain is not working. What is working then? See, definitely plain works. Okay, this actually works. But why I'm saying it works? Because it works for ATS systems. ATS systems are designed to basically check your template, check whether everything is you are able to catch that out or not. See, understand ATS system. ATS system is nothing but it's a computer software. Okay, computer software. So when ATS system is trying to scan your resume, if your resume has too many fancy things, the actual content gets missed. Okay. And that's why you need to avoid those fancy resume if you are creating. But on the other side, if your resume is plain, then for this computer software, scanning becomes quite easy. There is no image. Are you all able to understand? So are you all able to understand? Scanning becomes easy when you have the computer software, and it becomes quite easy. And that is why we say that plain resume is a preferred resume over fancy, and it is quite ATS friendly. Sounds good? Sounds good, everyone. Is everyone clear? Are you able to understand the background? I know some of the things which I will say today, it's going to be a repetitive thing for you. But I want to basically highlight, because there are so many new students, so many people who are listening to me very first. Okay. So it's very important that I highlight, because I meet students who come from healthcare background. I meet students who come from banking, financial, they're students in the and pursuing their masters. So I meet so many students, right? And this at on this platform right now, I know that you guys come from different background. That's why I want to repeat this so that you don't make those mistakes again. Does that make sense, everyone? Are you able to follow me till here? Are you clear that what type of resume we need to keep? So next time when you create your resume, or Thinkcloudly creates your resume, it has to come out very plain, very simple. Sounds good? Moving on. Moving on. Now, when you look at your resume, okay, when you look at your resume, there are few sections of your resume. Okay. Uh, so there are few sections of resume. Ramakrishna, I'm so sorry. I'll take the questions in the end, I promise you. So that I don't lose my train of thoughts. And to everyone, I'll take the question. I'll keep like 5 minutes of question time. You guys can post questions to me. Okay. I hope you guys understand, because I have written like everything over here, and I don't want to miss out anything. Okay. So so guys, like when you're preparing your resume, there are sections we need to basically consider in the resume. And I'm going to list down the sections what you need to have in your resume. Because sometimes what people do, they try to they make two mistakes. So generally two mistakes are made by every one of us. One is like unnecessary sections. Okay, unnecessary sections. Okay. And second is, the second problem is the arrangement of sections are not in a proper format. Okay. Arrangements of sections. For example, uh, okay, just very, very funny one. Can I keep my education even above my name? It's a very funny, but I know what's the obvious answer. Can I keep my education above my name? That's not possible, right? And that doesn't happen. Just a funny one. And just to give you example what I meant by arrangements of sections. Okay. So it's very important that arrangements of sections are kept properly. And let me ask you why. Why arrangements of sections on the resume matters? Let me see. Let me see how many of you can actually answer this right. Why arrangements of section matters a lot? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me? No, no, Nadira, no, Marceline. What about others? No. Okay, let me see who can actually guess it right. You know what? Let me tell you what. I want to spill the beans. So basically, recruiter gets only 6 seconds on each resume. Are you getting my point? 6 seconds. Are you getting my point? Absolutely, Rita. So when the recruiter has 6 seconds, you cannot keep unnecessary things on the top. Okay. For example, education cannot be on the top. Cannot be on the top. What people do, they mention their summary, and after summary, they mention education. That's a waste of time. That's not helping. See, the least thing what a recruiter care, a least thing what a recruiter care is your education. You know why? Because in IT, what matters is your skill, what you have. See, think about from a shortlisting perspective. Recruiter is trying to shortlist your profile. Okay, recruiter is trying to shortlist your profile based on what? Based on what? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me? Let me know. Let me see. Based on skills. Absolutely, Oroviri. You're absolutely right. Based on skills. Why? See, recruiter at the end of the day is also a non-IT person, right? He does not know what have you done on your job description, what you have done on the or at your workplace. He doesn't care. He just matches those keywords with the job description what he has in the hand, and he's still trying to match those keywords. And if it has, he shortlists you. Agree? So that's why arrangements of your section is very important. So for example, name comes first, summary comes first, then skills section comes, then followed by your work right? Followed by some projects, followed by education. Simple. Keep your resume as clean as possible. Now imagine. See, name is important. Why? Because he has to see the name. Summary is important because if you keep summary somewhere else, somewhere else in the resume, right? What will happen? What will happen? Like it doesn't make sense, right? Summary is coming in the middle of the resume, and then the skill section. Are you getting my point, everyone? And then work experience. Okay, now let me tell you one thing. This particular part matters to whom? This particular part matters to whom? It matters to recruiter. Okay. But this particular part matters to whom? Can somebody tell me? This matters to whom? Interviewer. Okay, please remember that. So your 6 seconds, what he's going to invest is going to be on this. And the interviewer, when you go in the interview, what is going to be for him? Because in the skill section, everyone knows in the world, people brag about it. People mention some skills what they don't even have. So that's why interviewer doesn't care what skills you have. They just want to know what you have done, what projects you have worked on, what your education looks like. Sometimes they have interest in your education, right? And that is interviewer. But what is my main goal? Please understand, my first priority as a job seeker is getting my resume shortlisted, and this is my priority. So that's very important. The shortlisting of my resume is the number one thing, because what is going to happen in the interview, I will take care of that. I'm not saying it's not important. I will take care of that, but I'll take care of it when it comes. Sounds good. Is everyone able to enjoy the session till here? Am I doing a good job? Let me just cross check before I move forward. I know I just want like little, some confirmations from your end that Naman, you are doing a good job. Keep doing it. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm just trying my best that you understand these things. Okay. I know that these things are something which is quite obvious, but I don't want you guys to miss it out. Trust me. I don't want you guys to miss it out. Okay. Then coming on the LinkedIn part, I mean, that's going to be very interesting now. Okay, I've gotten a few things which I know that you guys are missing. Okay, and I don't want you guys to miss it anymore. Okay, now what is the most important thing as a job seeker? Okay, it's a hint to everyone. As a job seeker, what what is the most important thing on LinkedIn? Let me know. Let me see. Let me see. What is the most important thing? Is it your presentation? That how do you present your LinkedIn account? Okay. Second is basically your connections, like to whom you're connecting. Okay. Third is basically how do you spread your awareness? Which one do you think is the most important for your LinkedIn? Now let me see. As a job seeker, what is most important out of these three things? What is more important? Like searching for a job is certainly very important, which I'll discuss in a while. But what is more important? Is it your presentation? Is it your connection? Or is it you're spreading your awareness? Let me know. Okay, connection. Okay, 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 okay. Let me tell you guys. The first thing is your presentation. The very first thing is your presentation. Okay. Then the second thing, I have kept it like this only. The second thing is your connection. And your third thing is your spreading yourself. This is very important. Okay. Spreading your awareness is nothing but your networking. Connection is also part of networking, but sending connection request to those people who matter to me is very important. I'll talk about it now. I'll talk about it and how can you actually get it. Okay. So first of all, the very first thing, the very first let's just do some quick checks with everyone. Okay, quick checks. How many of you are writing the notes already? Have you started writing the notes so that you guys, when you go back, after the session, you can actually, utilize your Saturday and Sunday and work on it. Wonderful. Okay. The very first thing, I'm talking about the presentation right now. Okay, I'm talking about the presentation right now. How many of you have a profile picture on LinkedIn? That's number one. Okay. How many of you have a cover picture on LinkedIn? I'm going to show you the example of cover picture also. Okay. Cover picture also, I'll give you an example. How many of you? And tell me if you don't have, say no. Samik is saying no. Okay. Abhiola is saying no, no problem. Roy is saying no. Okay. What about others? Please speak up, everyone. Yes, the banner, you can say banner or cover picture, whatever you want to say. I have no problem. Okay. Third thing, how many of you has have already marked open to work tag? How many of you have done that already? Say no if you have not, and say yes if you have. Okay, there's so many people saying yes and no. Very, very, very different. But this is something quick check you all have to do. You have to make sure that you do it. Okay. Fourth, how many how many of you think that your resume matches exactly with your LinkedIn? Let me know. Let me know how many of you think that your resume matches exactly with your LinkedIn. That's very important. Fourth, the fifth, how many how many of you have added your resume under featured section? Let me know. I'm just going with one by one, making sure you don't miss that out. Have you added resume under your featured section? No? Okay, that's going to be a big problem, everyone. Okay, okay, let me see. Okay, no, right? No, right? Okay. So this is basically, these are the five checks what everyone has to make sure that you guys do not miss when it comes to presentation. Okay, please, that's very important. Sounds good? Have you written down this? Can I just remove this? Can I just go ahead and delete this? Because I have to go with the other checks of connections now. Right? Can I go ahead and remove it? Good. Number five, I'm gonna show you all these things. Okay, don't worry. I'm gonna show you all these things. Let me also take the photograph so I don't also miss it. One moment. Yeah, I'm gonna show you everything. How basically the cover letter should look like. How you basically can go and mark open tag. I will show you in few minutes. Okay. Do you want to see it? Is there anyone who want to see that how to basically work on these three four things listed here? I'll show you in a short while. Okay. After that, after that, there's something called as connections. Okay, let's talk about quick checks for connections. Okay, now, now, basically, when you say connection, who should be my friend? Let me know on LinkedIn who should be my friend. I know that some people will say, Naman, you are my friend on LinkedIn. Who should be, but except me, who should be your friend? Your recruiter? Absolutely, recruiters. Okay. So, recruiters is one thing. Okay. Recruiters is one thing. Let me highlight this. Recruiters, hiring managers, also project managers. Okay. Project managers, because they're handling the projects. Okay. Project managers in the firms like IT firms. Okay. Also, you can say account managers, okay, delivery managers in IT, okay. I'm just trying to repeat this so that you don't make those mistakes again, okay. Who else is going to be my connection list? Okay, let me see. Uh, you can basically go for some startup based companies like, there are some startups, and you can go for some CXOs, like CEOs, CTOs, but those should be from startups. Okay, please. Why? Because they are the right audience. Like, see, sending hundreds of requests doesn't make sense. But sending 20 requests, sending 20 requests, but this time my connection is going to be someone who is going to be someone who I can trust, who I know that there are some possibilities. Are you getting my point, everyone? Is everyone able to get this point? What should we do? We should send the connection. Okay. Now the next question, which is very important, which I always ask my students, do you use Boolean search on LinkedIn? Do you use Boolean search on LinkedIn with the keyword hiring? Okay, with the keyword hiring. I mean, it's quite interesting, right? I'm going to show you that this as well. How do you do that? Okay. How do you do that? I'm going to show you in a short while. And third, basically when you are okay, so when you are basically searching, I think these are the two things I think we should do first. So Boolean search is one thing which we should definitely do. And we should definitely connect with those people who are recruiters in the market, who are hiring managers, project managers, account managers, and delivery managers. Sounds good? So, okay, this is what we need to do. When it comes to sending the connection request on LinkedIn. That's how you basically optimized your LinkedIn. Okay. Now, how do you spread your awareness? Coming to the third check. So we are doing a third check, which is quick checks for spread your awareness. How do you do that? Spread your awareness. How do you do that? Let me see who can answer this right. How do you spread your own awareness? No one? Okay. Guys, you know what happens that LinkedIn is a platform where you spread about yourself by giving back to the community. Okay. Giving back to the community. What does it mean? What does it mean? When I say giving back to the community, what does it mean? See, let's say if you find something interesting, probably you know that maybe thousands of people know about that post already. So why should I post it again? Right? Because maybe 1,000 people knows this, but probably 10,000 people don't even know about it. So you have to give back to the community. That's very important. Okay. Secondly, let's imagine that if someone is posting that I need a job, okay, or if someone is in a big problem, then do you comment with hashtag CFBR? Do you comment with CFBR? Do you do that? Anyone who does that? What is the meaning of CFBR? What is the meaning of it? Let me know. Let me see how many of you know this already. What does a comment mean? CFBR. Commenting for better reach. Commenting for better reach. So when you put it with hashtag CFBR, what will happen? That will basically go to a bigger community, like people who need the help. It's the SOS of LinkedIn. But over here, what you are doing, you are not helping yourself, you're helping the community. And this is how you spread yourself. People start looking at you. You know, the best way to spread yourself on LinkedIn is not by posting on LinkedIn, it's by commenting on LinkedIn. Are you getting my point, everyone? That you need to engage on different posts. You need to talk to them. You need to express your insights on that. So commenting is very important. Are you getting my point? So giving back to the community is one thing, but commenting CFPR or commenting your own idea behind what is being posted. I'm not saying that you post 100 times in a day. I'm just saying probably, weekly two or three times, weekly 5 times, that's enough. But at least let your connection know you are not someone who is introvert. You are someone who is ready for the company. Very good, John. Are we clear till here, everyone? Are you able to understand that what we should be doing on LinkedIn? What should we what is the thing we need to keep in mind when we talk about LinkedIn? right? Everyone, can I show you the LinkedIn platform real quick before I move forward with the interview stuff? Is everyone ready to see how basically where are we going to post that open to work and all that? Like I know that many of you already know that, but I still don't want my audience, my students to face any difficulty regarding that. Just give me 1 second. Let me find out. Okay, let me just quickly share my screen. Okay, let me just quickly share my screen and let me know if you guys can see it, please. Just a moment. Okay, let me know if you guys can see it now. Please confirm if you can see it. Okay. So let's say if I go under my profile, here's my profile. You see this cover photograph. Cover photographs talks about when somebody comes on my profile, they basically find out that what Naman can do, where Naman is working. Though it needs quite an update right now because it's been an old photograph. I'm not looking for a job, so I'm not I'm not working on it. But you can imagine that everyone needs like a cover photograph because when a recruiter arrives on your profile or anyone arrives on your profile, they will be able to understand what this guy has expertise about. See, one thing which I want to highlight here, okay, this is like very important information for everyone. Can I write here? I am looking for a job. Can I write here on my cover picture? I am looking for a job. Let me see how many of you can answer this. Can I write here that looking for a job? Can I do this? Please don't do that. Please don't do that. See, your profile is not saying that you are looking for a job. Your profile is telling that you are a professional and you are a best in your own job. Are you getting my point? Profile is not you're not preparing the profile. Okay, let's say in India, I'm not sure how many of you know that, but in India, uh, like when somebody is looking for a girl to get married, they create a biodata. Okay, and when they create a biodata of the person, they don't say that I want to get married. They type the characteristics of that person, of those skill sets, or probably those like how much he earns and where does he live, right? That's your profile on LinkedIn. So you don't have to write everywhere that I'm looking for a job. Don't do that. Like what people do, people basically write it on in their headline that looking for a new opportunity. Don't do that. Your profile always reflects your profile always reflects your expertise. Okay, but yes, you are also looking for a job. Sounds good, everyone? Is everyone clear till here? Can you please confirm if you guys are clear till here that whether should I what should I do with my profile? Is everyone clear? Before I move forward, please tell me. Yeah, don't make that mistake again. Okay. Okay. Now over here, you see this button which says open to. Okay. So when I say open to, let's say I am finding a new job. This is how you can basically turn this option on. Okay. Let's say I'm looking for a job in Toronto. I'm looking for for full time, but I want to open it for all LinkedIn members. And when I click on save, okay, when I click on save, and I can just enter, let's say I am basically looking for IT auditor job. Okay, I can just mention this here. Okay, and I can mention multiple titles over here. Okay, and you can see that what happened here, it has added open to work here. This means that I am quite active in the market and I'm looking for a job. Okay. And if you want to delete this or if you want to edit this, click on this small pencil and let's say I'm looking for cybersecurity also. So I can just mention those roles. That's not a problem. Whatever role I'm looking for, I can mention those roles. And if I get a job, go ahead and delete this. Sounds good? Is everyone clear with this? Can you please tell me if you guys are clear till here? Right? Now, there is one important thing which I want to tell you that if under this featured section, right, there is a featured section. A lot of people, they don't have featured section. So you have to on the top itself, you have to click on add profile section. And under this, you have to basically go under, just give me 1 second. So there's an option to there's an option to add like this add featured section here. Okay. When you click on add featured section, it gives you a possibility and click on add. And now over here, you have to click on add media. When you click on add media, it gives you an option that you can, add your resume on your profile. Let's say I want to basically, let me just take an example. Let's say I want to add this one and give a title that Naman's latest resume. Okay. And once it is loaded, then I can just go ahead and click on save. What this will do, this will give the recruiters that when the recruiter arrives on my profile, he will be able to find my resume on the top itself. And this is exactly what they need many times. Okay. And this is very important. Are you all clear till here, everyone? Is everyone clear? What exactly I'm trying to explain you? If in case you want to remove this, you can just go ahead and delete this as well. There should be an option to delete this. One moment. So please, I know that these things, some of you already know this, but I just want to make sure that all of you know this. Okay, let me just delete this. Okay, make sure you delete it if you're not having anything. I'm not looking for a job, so I'm gonna have deleted it. Okay, so this is something which I wanted to show you from the record from the open to work and how to add resume on your profile. Now, let me tell you about the Boolean search I was talking about. Uh, how many of you want to see that Boolean search, how Boolean search happens? Can I show you, everyone? So over here on the search, right, on the search bar, you can basically, what you have to do is you have to basically search with the keywords. Let's say you're looking for an AWS job or GRC job. So put it in this double quotation mark. Boolean search is and or. Let's say I say and, capital and I'll say hiring. Do this Boolean search on a regular basis, like weekly at least once, and search with it. Now, what will happen? You will see here that all the recruiters, basically who are actively hiring for AWS, you will be able to see their profiles. And now you can send the connection request to them. Are you getting my point? Let's say if I am looking for a job in, let's say GRC space, I can just go ahead and say GRC and I can search. So what this search is doing, it is basically populating all the profiles I need, okay, which is hiring for my peers in IT. This is a job Kenley has posted, right? Imad has posted a job. So you can see that these people are the actively hiring recruiter. You can just click on the see all post results and it will give you all the posts where people are hiring for that particular role. You can see here how many people are hiring for those roles, right? So this is how you connect. This is how you send the connection request. Sounds good, everyone? Does everyone understand that how it actually works, how it actually functions? Can somebody tell me? Can somebody tell me if you are able to understand how it really works? Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. The recording of the session is going to be available in a couple of days on our YouTube channel. You can always go back and watch it. Because of the limited time right now, but I'm so sorry. But I'll give you the recording. I'll make sure that the recording is available to everyone of you. Okay. Now, basically, I want to talk about something which is very important, and this is something which I want to tell everyone. Okay. So there are a few things I want to tell you. I want to ask questions first, and then I'll tell you about myself. Okay. Uh, how many of you think that job market is difficult and impossible? How many of you think that job market is impossible and difficult? Let me see. Okay. So does it mean, that no one will be able to land a job? Does it mean that no one will be able to find a job? Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? I know it's winters. It's quite a stressful time of the year. I know after our holiday period, we are packed in the house, right? But and the worst thought come in our mind always. I can tell you one thing what happened yesterday. I was talking to one of the student and she started crying on the phone like badly. Like she was crazily, crying on the call. And I was asking her what happened. She said, "No, Naman, I am alone. I have my three kids and I'm alone and I don't know if IT is possible or not." And that's how people start losing their confidence and they start losing the all the preparation what they have done. They don't focus because they have that fear in the mind that I'll not be able to do it. But my question to her was, I asked only her I asked only two questions from her. Like, does it mean that no one will be able to land a job? Like when you think that I am not getting a job, does it mean that no one in the world is going to get a job? And the second question I asked her, will you continue doing the same job what you are doing today for living? You know. So these are the two questions I asked her. And after that, she got like, yes, Naman, it's something I think that definitely there is one job is available for me, at least if I give my 100%, and there's one job available for me. That's what she responded. And the second question she said, I will never keep working or keep doing the same thing which I've been doing till now. So these are the two questions I want to ask everyone over here. Does it mean that no one will be able to land a job? This is a question I'm asking everyone in the house right now because I know many of you have this fear in the mind that job market is difficult and impossible. And the next question I want to ask everyone, will you continue doing the same job what you're doing right now? This is the second question I want to ask everyone. Do you want to see yourself sitting at home doing nothing, or probably doing something for life, but you want to basically keep doing it? That's the question we need to answer. Now, this actually me a confidence, gives me a confidence and satisfaction that something will happen. Okay, something will happen for sure. Now, let me give you one example, and you'll be surprised to see, I mean, how it happened. So you know what? Like I got hired. I basically got hired. I got hired with IBM. How many of you know this IBM organization? Have you heard about IBM? IBM organization. Does anyone know IBM? Yeah. Do you know when did IBM hire me? Can somebody guess when did IBM hire me? IBM hired me. IBM hired me at the peak of COVID. They interviewed and they hired me and they gave me almost 50% of salary hike. Okay. 50%, almost 55. It was roughly 52%. 50% of salary hike at the peak of COVID. Now you can imagine when the organizations were laying off, when there was it was one of the worst time in our lives, right? But still, IBM, when IBM was in the other department of IBM, they were laying off people, but still they sent me, but you know, but they sent me an offer letter. The question is why and how was it possible when the entire world and when IBM in itself was laying off people because of high cost, they still hired me with 50% of salary. Again, I'm a living example. So this actually makes me feel that for every one of us, market is unique. The job market, the job market is unique for every one of us. So if you are able to find a job and your friend is not able to find a job, it's not because market is bad. It's because your friend is taking more time, but you have got your job, but your friend will take a little more time to find a job. Are you all are you all able to understand what I'm trying to put forward here? Is everyone able to understand what I'm trying to explain you? Market is different. Please don't go by those things. That market is difficult, market is impossible. There are so many layoffs happening. Okay, let me tell you one more fact. You know what? Do we hear this a lot that Amazon, Microsoft, all these big companies like Dell, they are laying off people. Okay, do we hear this a lot, right? Do we hear that a lot? That 16,000 people were laid off, you know, 60 or 15,000 people were laid off, right? All the time, right? Do you know, do you know one fact? 10% of the workforce will get laid off every year. Every year. So if Microsoft is giving household to almost 1 million people, can Microsoft not lay off 10,000 people? Can Microsoft not lay off 10,000 people? What is 10,000 in front of 1 million, right? So imagine if you hear that news, that's not gonna demotivate you. That market is difficult. Organizations are laying off. AI is coming. Don't do that. Don't do that. AI is not going to take away your job in IT specifically. Forget about other roles. I don't care about other roles. What happens in logistics, what happens in supply chain, what happens in medical, I don't care about that. But IT is not going to lay you off only on based on AI thing. Sounds good, everyone? Does that make sense, everyone? Are you able to understand what I'm trying to explain you here? That job market is unique for every person here, and it's going to be difficult. So small stories, all this in the media should not affect your preparation of landing the job. Okay, I'm just trying to bring this up to everyone because I hear so many stories, and I felt very bad when the lady cried on the phone, and I felt really bad. So that's why I thought this is the session, this is a platform I'll use to motivate those people who are in the job market.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.